Hey, friends. So we don't normally just go live in this group. Allie and I have a bunch of work that we're going to be doing this afternoon, and I have just learned about an amazing practice and I wanted to share with you. So I thought, hey, I'll just do a go live on my own today. So shout out to Allie. I'll see you later. And good morning to all you lovely peeps. I am really excited to share the practice of Ho'oponopono with you if you've not yet heard about it, because I have been seriously practicing it for only a couple of days, and I have noticed a huge shift in how I'm feeling and what I'm attracting. And I actually first learned about it when I took a course with, many of you guys know, Manifestation Babe, Catherine Zinkina. But because I was learning so many other things and applying what I was learning in that course, I didn't really go much further into this Hawaiian practice. It originates from Hawaii, and it's a forgiveness practice. And so I just recently started looking into it a little bit more because my mom had already found really great results with it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to check this out. Hey, Robin, thanks for popping on. And so I just started doing it, and I'm not kidding you guys. Like, shit is going down, shit is happening, and I'm excited for it. So I was like, I have to share this with you guys. And I know that you guys are also, into energy and attraction and quantum physics, because at the end of the day, it is not woo woo. Like, the fact that law of attraction and gratitude practice and all of these amazing things that we believe in, some people will think are like hokey pokey or woo woo, but the matter of the fact is it is frickin' science. And so I wanted to share with you guys what Ho'oponopono is, how it's benefited me, how you guys can do it. We'll do it together. And then also share some like crazy stories of what it's already done for people. So first off, it's a Hawaiian practice, an ancient Hawaiian practice that has been used, and it's known as like a forgiveness practice. And what the word Ho'oponopono actually means is to clear, to make right, to correct. And at first, I was kind of resistant to it. Like when I did very first learn about it about a year and a half ago, I was a little bit resistant to it because I was like, well, there's some words in there that are, to me, felt energetically like at a lower vibration. And I was like, I don't know. And so that's why I never really dove into it as much. And now what I've learned is it's okay to acknowledge, some of the darker light in the world and some of, maybe where we've gone wrong and how we can correct that and move forward and forgive ourselves. And so in that, I've found a lot of self-reflection, and it's been a beautiful process to learn about this. And I feel like it's so much more encompassing of reality. Not everything is perfect and positive, and we can still create amazing things if we are acknowledging both the darkness and the light of our lives. And so what Ho'oponopono really is acknowledging that reality is as we see it. So my reality, even if we're sitting in the exact same room, my perceptions, my reality is going to be different from you. And so we are in control, like to a certain extent. And really, if you get into it, like we control everything in our reality. So if I see, my son, acting out and having a temper tantrum, and then I get upset, I've actually created that in my mind. It sounds kind of crazy, but this is how it works. And so I am in control of that. Therefore, I'm also responsible for that negative occurrence. And I can also, influence how I perceive it and my actions going forward. And so with Ho'oponopono, you are able to forgive yourself for what you've created in your mind and what actually is, because there is no out there. I hope you guys are following me here. There is no out there. It's all inside our heads. If that makes sense. Again, science, quantum physics, it's real, guys. But the cool thing is you don't even need to understand all of this stuff to practice. The practice is so simple. It's the most simple thing of anything I've ever done before. You can get really in depth with it. Of course, there's like full on, seminars about it. You can go to Ho'oponopono practitioners, everything. You can get really deep into it. But I want to share with you guys just even the simplest practice. But first I want to share a cool story that I learned from a video I was watching about it. And it was this Hawaiian doctor that went to this mental health institution, and it was actually like a prison for severely mentally ill people who were, completely drugged up, medicated and shackled, and like they were the most dangerous of the dangerous. They were considered that way, right? And so this was years and years ago, but it's all documented. And so this guy went to this hospital. He did not speak to a single patient. He just looked at their files and kind of put himself in their reality, and what, just like by looking at it and being like, okay, so this person has experienced this. And then he went through the whole Ho'oponopono practice. And I kid you not, this is all documented. It's very fascinating. The patients started getting better and not needing to be medicated and not acting out, and were literally cured and were released. The institution actually shut down years later because they literally didn't have any patients anymore, because this guy like literally cured them. He corrected everything. He cleared everything, all the negative thoughts and programs and energy that was happening for these people. He was able to clear it and give them a new start. And so that's what's so cool, is we're able to clear anything that's going on. Last night, I had a stomach ache, and I was like, oh God, like I was just like, oh, my stomach, why is my stomach hurting? And so I did this Ho'oponopono practice, and I kid you not, the moment I completed it, my pain went from like it wasn't like an 8 out of 10 severity, but just to give you numbers wise, like it was uncomfortable for sure. So let's say it was an 8, it was like pretty uncomfortable. It like dropped down to like a 2 immediately. And I was like, am I just making this up in my head? I started like moving around to like see if it would come back. I'm like, what the hell? It was so crazy. I've also just felt super aligned and fired up these days. I like redid my goals yesterday. We attracted something freaking amazing that we will be releasing here in the next little while for our Ambition Babe stuff. So lots of really cool things have been happening to me, even just in these last couple of days of practicing this. Okay, so now I'll tell you how to do it. You ready? It's like seriously so simple. So you can do this without thinking about anything. You can do this just automatically. You can set an alarm on your phone and just say the practice. Or you can get a little deeper into it and allow emotions to kind of come forward. Whenever you feel something deeper, then it's obviously going to kind of maximize your results. But the great thing about this is it's honestly so great just to start getting into the practice of it. And you can help clear for other people, as did this guy that went into the institution, right? And so if you have someone in your life that is struggling or whatever, you've actually, I know this sounds silly, but you've actually helped create that reality. You see them as, unwell or, negative or whatever it is. You can help clear that energy. We can actually help cleanse the whole world. If more of us did this, we'd be living in a very different space. So for all you energy loving, law of attraction, woo awesome boss babes out here, this is for you. So simple. Who's heard of Ho'oponopono before, by the way? That's a silly question because I can't actually see comments these days on my Go Lives. I don't know why. So if you're commenting, hello, love y'all. So who's ever heard of it? I can reply in the after this Go Live is done though. So what it is you're going to just say to yourself, and it doesn't matter any particular order that you say these four words, or 4 phrases, it doesn't matter. So the 4 phrases are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. There's a little bit of variation depending on which article that you look at, but for the most part, those are the four phrases. And it sounds so simple. And in the beginning, I didn't like that I had to say, I'm sorry and please forgive me. It sounded like low vibe, like, like I'm not going to, I don't like to say I'm sorry. I like to say thanks for your patience and thanks for understanding. But in understanding how this all works, I get it now. And so you might be saying like, well, who are you saying these words to? Like I said, when you're just starting out, don't even worry about who you're saying them to. Just say them. It'll help. It'll help cleanse things. You may instantly feel a release. And the cool thing is for many people, when you start doing this, you'll notice when you say it, you'll feel like you need to sigh or yawn. It's like a release of energy just like coming out of you. It's so weird. And you may feel physically different in doing this. For those of you that want to take a little deeper than just saying the words, And again, doesn't matter which order you say them, or if it's out loud or in your head, doesn't matter. If you are saying it to specifically something, or you're allowing the emotion to come forward. So let's say I'm frustrated with my husband. I'm having a bad day with my husband, or I'm feeling guilty about what I may have done or what he may have done. Doesn't matter. I'm having a bad day. And so I may think about that and let myself feel that emotion of like, oh, like my marriage is feeling heavy, like, ugh. And then I'll just say, I'm sorry. And it's almost like you're saying sorry to either your husband or yourself for letting yourself get like that. Please forgive me. And then I love you. Like I love myself, or I love my husband, whatever it is that you're saying it to. Thank you. And if you can really feel that, you'll feel an even greater weight lifted off of your plate because you were so detailed in what exactly you were clearing. And so that would be something to kind of take it to the next level. And you can do it for anything. You can be talking to the universe. You can be talking to a particular person. You can be talking to yourself. You can be talking to your children, whoever you're saying the words to. If you can actually identify who you're saying it to and feel the emotions of why you're needing to clear it, then it's going to happen that much easier for you. But again, even just saying it is a step in the right direction. And, in the beginning, it may be hard to remember to do it. So I find, you could put a note on your phone, like a little reminder, maybe once, twice, 3 times a day, to just do it. Stop whatever you're doing. It takes like literally 2 seconds. Or you can do it like you can have a trigger. So anytime you see the color red, or for me, anytime I see triple digit numbers, which is all the time, I normally have a little ritual that I do, but now I'm incorporating this Ho'oponopono practice within my ritual that I do. And I just do kind of like words of affirmation normally. And so with this, I'm saying it like yesterday, I probably said it, I don't know, 20 times. And the more you practice it, the more you can actually be saying it like subconsciously. It'll just run in your mind. And people have found that the more they practice it, even at night, they'll dream about it. And then when they wake up, the first thing that they start doing is this Ho'oponopono practice. And they've woken up with this cleansed mind. They're feeling really great. Before you go to bed, you can do it, like just really letting yourself settle into this cleansing experience and this forgiveness practice, and knowing that you create your reality and you can correct whatever has happened and move forward. Obviously, there's going to be life laws that are at place, death, those kinds of things that we cannot correct. But how you feel about that and how people are reacting to it in your situation, you can have a lot of control over it. And you may not feel like you do, but this is energy. We are molecules, and our attraction and how we can cleanse energy out of our body is possible. And the more we start to believe in it, the more that we can actually start making a massive difference. I mean, look at my stomach ache last night. I literally brought it down from a pain of 8 to a pain of 2 in the moment. I was blown away. So I really encourage you guys to try this out. Let me know if you've ever done this before. Let me know if you're committed to trying this for the next week. Just try it for a week and set reminders in your phone so you can do it. You'll find that you just kind of like really, you like the way that it feels. So you'll say it lots. Like I say it way more than 3 times a day. I've been saying it, I'm not even kidding you, probably at least 20 times a day. And the training that I originally watched on this, it said that even when you get to a certain point where this becomes kind of like your mantra that just like runs in your head, you can be talking to people and in your head, it's going and clearing while you're talking. And so I was like, well, that sounds like patting your head or patting your belly and tapping your head at the same time. I'm like, how would you do that? But it just comes with practice. And so, it's not going to happen right away. And you're able to like attract amazing conversations and really help other people clear their negative crap. So think about how powerful this is if you're practicing this in your relationships with your children. Like, this is so cool, And at the end of the day, honestly, I say this with every single gratitude practice, law of attraction, thinking positively, whatever it is. At the end of the day, even if it's not science, even though they've literally proved it, called quantum physics, look it up, it's real. But even if it wasn't, even if you didn't even believe in that, it's all about shifting your your thinking and your beliefs. Those are real. You think, you believe things. When you think negatively, how do you feel? Negatively. When you think positively, or when you come from a place of forgiveness, you're feeling better about things. When you're holding on to something and not forgiving it, maybe it was the most terrible thing that you've ever experienced. This can be used for trauma, for anything. Maybe it's the most terrible thing. You're like holding on to a hot stone. You're the only one who's getting burned, right? Let go of that stone. Forgive. And it doesn't mean you have to forget what happened and minimize it as though it was not important in your life or terrible. But it doesn't mean that you have to keep living in that pain. You can heal yourself, but you have to make the first step in doing that. And for some of you, that's very challenging. Some of the trauma that you've experienced is not going to go away overnight by doing this Ho'oponopono practice. It's an all-encompassing piece of it. So I encourage you, if you want to give this a shot, do it even for a week, just 1 week, because I have already noticed results in a couple of days. So let me know. And I hope this was helpful and interesting. And even though it's like a funny word, Ho'oponopono, it is absolutely transformational. And I'm just excited to share this with you guys and see how many other people are able to start practicing it. So again, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And you can just like, even just saying it, you can just like, whew, it just kind of feels good. So best of luck practicing it. And have an amazing day. Happy hump day. We are also having a takeover day on so last week we had Alexandra do a takeover on our account. And tomorrow we are doing a takeover on her account. So she is amazing. She's a social media strategist. And she also is a self-love, she's incredible, really cares about self-love, which we care about here at Ambition Babes. We're going to be talking about that actually on her takeover tomorrow. She is a freaking badass yoga teacher. Her profile on her Instagram account, the stuff she creates is amazing. Her YouTube videos, incredible. Just love that girl. So definitely check out her account tomorrow. And it's Alexandra Noel. We'll post it tomorrow so you can go and follow. But yeah, stay tuned. We also have our course coming out soon. So very exciting things. And also one more thing, super big thank you to everyone who posted yesterday. I asked what you guys would do, one thing in your business that you would invest in. And I was expecting all sorts of different things, but so many of you said that you wanted to come to an event, and ours specifically. And it just made our hearts feel so warm and thankful knowing that you guys see the value in what we have to offer, and our event, it's going to be freaking unreal. Freaking unreal. I just can't even wait. It's going to be absolutely transformational. And to know that you guys are ready and lined up coming to that event in the spring. Super sad that it can't be in the fall, but seeing how many of you guys wanted to invest in yourself in an event specifically, it's not going to be $2,500. That's for sure. It'll be much more affordable, but it was just so cool to see that you guys wanted to come. So thanks again. Have an amazing day. Love and appreciate you all. We'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.